that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. I only watched Got5. I met her at a...
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And off we go from Las Vegas. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Here we go.
On first down, Wilson. This is intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Ready.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 41 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Wilson. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. You look at this Raiders defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
This is 2nd and 8. Now a handoff running through the middle. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now a pivot and a give to Miller. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. You look at this Raiders defense. They're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Wilson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing is Wilson. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. After one on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Miller. Oh, he bowls. And I think the ball's out.
Wow, that ball is not free. But a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Wilson now off the bootleg. This is Miller, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 22. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
He had to fight for every yard on that one. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll try the right side here with Miller. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Ready, break.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, They don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Wilson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. And the slot man goes in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Trey Tucker with career touchdown number 60. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now 2nd and 3. Now Wilson going to change things up here. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st. Now it's Wilson. And that's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10. Inside handoff now, Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a give to Miller. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go.
2nd down and 6 now. From the gun, it's Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Miller. He's had a big workload here tonight. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. On this one, that may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing quickly out wide, Atwell. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now after the face mask penalty, here's 1st and goal. Miller is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Go, Reed, go.
Back to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Bust through the tackle.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going into halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. First down carry now for Miller. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second down and 8. Now Wilson. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now Wilson changing the play. Now a handoff to Miller. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tucker. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Here's a handoff out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line has done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wilson to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of the play that looked like it was in trouble.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 10. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
10 to 60, 10 to 60.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Second and 7.
Cougar 19.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Past the 20. 10. He's got the first down and then some. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. 47 yards. And the Raiders are able to widen their advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And now off to the races, down the right side. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
On first down, Wilson completes it to Miller. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Wilson on first down, rolling to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Miller. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 113 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Miller. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Miller. And he's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Miller kept out of the end zone on 4th and goal, and the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead,
I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching me. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. To throw is Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st down, it's Miller, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Again, it's Miller. There he goes left side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Now Wilson. Underneath for Miller. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now a 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Miller, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Play of the drive. They go play action now. Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And this one is right through. So add 3. All told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. But that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Second and a couple. Hands it off out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might have moved a lot of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Breaks through the contact. And he returns this to the 22. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in.